Well, hello there to my Aquas, my Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, this reading is for the 6th through the 13th of September, which is going to bring us right into that full blood moon in Pisces on the same day as the total lunar eclipse. That's a total letting go of something, okay? Let's get into the getting intos. Let's see what's going on. All right, Aquarius, let's do it. I'm sending you all lots of love and light. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome back, Aquarius. All right, you all rule 11th house. 11th house is all about friendship and community, about friends and allies, hopes and wishes, common goals, also teamwork, you know, that kind of thing. And so full blood moon in Pisces for you all carries deep emotional, spiritual, and transformative energy. For you all Aquarius and air sign, that's usually rational, future oriented, and independent. That lunation can feel grounding and even a little destabilizing, but in ways that can lead to growth. So in the areas of heightened sensitivity and grounding, a Pisces moon, being a water sign, actually is linked with intuition, dreams, and emotional release. And so you all tend to live in your minds and ideals, but this full moon pulls focus towards material and emotional realms. So you may feel unusually sensitive, craving stability, or confronting issues around self-worth and security. So that could be like, you know, family, right? Also around the area of finance and values, right? So a blood moon lunar eclipse, you know, often highlights endings and revelations. For Aquarius, a Pisces moon influence can bring shifts in money, resources, or your relationships to what you truly value. This might mean unexpected financial insights, letting go of old spending habits, or realizing your worth in a relationship or work setting. In the area of spiritual insight and inner healing, that moon influence expands to your inner world. So for you all, it could mean dissolving of rigid thought patterns, helping you see far beyond logic into intuition. Your dream synchronicities and gut feelings may carry important clues now, and also in the areas of relationship and boundaries. So because that moon energy, Pisces moon energy, is compassionate and boundless, this moon may push you to re-examine how you give and receive support. So you can feel the urge to set healthier boundaries, and conversely to soften and let love in more deeply. I am polite with everyone I meet. That's right. Continue being polite with everyone that you meet. Yeah. You never know who you may come in contact with. You never ever know. Yeah, you're trying to climb up. Somebody is climbing up. It's like, I was about to say, because 6 of Swords is really like, you know, kind of like going through a storm, but this person is like climbing up a mountain, right? So you're taking your power back. See all these swords in your backpack, right? So the person you're taking your power back. You've taken your power back, and your ancestors are helping you through something, right? And so usually when you see 6 of Swords, the person is like in a body of water, like a person is on a boat, and they're kind of sailing through, you know, something like maybe going through a storm or something. But this person is kind of like coming up a hill, right? And who knows what you have in your backpack, right? So it's sunny outside. It looks like, you know, there's green there, you know, so it looks like the grass has been fed well, right? So it doesn't look like it's burned or anything like that, but it looks like a clear day. So you look all the symbolism there, right? So this is the majority, the color that stands out the most on here is green. So that could also mean that someone has learned how to take their, you know, their self-worth and their, you know, more focus on your financial responsibilities, and you're taking your power back. Like your time is really, really precious, right? Even this person here on their leg looks like there's a plant like on their leg, right? So it could look like there's growth here. You know, like a person may feel like, you know, you may get out walking even more, right? You may, you know, put on, you know, like get out the house and get some more fresh air. You may be putting your backpack on, hanging out with friends, you know, depending on what the weather is. This person on this card has on shorts and a t-shirt, but you may get out and do some, I don't know if y'all are doing mountain climbing, but I mean, it could be like indoor, you know, like rock climbing. Let's start there. Maybe 1 or 2 going up the rocks, you know, because that's upper body strength. I mean, upper body, lower body strength. But whatever it is that you're doing, you've taken all of your power back, right? So somebody, that number 6 is a very nurturing number. And so somebody's learning how to nurture themselves. You're learning how to water yourselves, in other words, right? Getting out, getting some fresh air, sunlight going, you know, clear skies, all of that. So, and continuing to be polite. You're just kind of sort of remembering how it was, you know, just kind of sort of how you know, you're back out in your element. This is the Tower card. You're having a total recall. So you're, of course, you're very, very vulnerable. So somebody could have gotten out. You could have connected. You all could have connected with another Aquarius that was going through their storm as well. So this could be you or someone else, and could have had a total recall, kind of like, you know, Aquarius. So y'all could have talked about family. Here we have the 10 of coins here, right? Y'all could have connected there, right? Just had a total recall of some things. 10 of coins, and just talked about legacy, you know, those kind of things. So that could be the beginning. Y'all could be connecting in that regard. So maybe that's a connection for you there, whoever you are. That could be a connection for you. There could be a total recall of some things. And just kind of sort of tearing down of this idea, since we have a blood moon coming, tearing up an idea that all family is blood, right? So family could be friends, you know, y'all could be you and other people, because this looks like a group of people, like a variety of energies, you know, like different possibly races, different genders, you know, like maybe family outings. So like getting together, y'all know how like people may join like workout groups, stuff like that, and like that could be a family, or like you join whatever you join, you know. So being polite with everyone that you meet. So you just never know, you know, who you're connecting with, all of that, right? So let's see what else. Here we have 8 of Cups here. What you are walking away from, though, is, see how this person has this scarf around their neck, right? And there we go, the color green again. So somebody, you see the contrast here. This person has on a backpack, they have on shorts, they have on, and when it comes to green. So when it comes to green, maybe money, you know, people who are cold when it comes to money versus people who are green, you know, when it comes to. So what I'm seeing in your reading is a shift here, a shift. You're moving on from people when it comes to, because it's not just money, it's also your worth, knowing your worth. Right, you're having a total recall of something. So yeah, so somebody may have had a run-in with some energy. You may have been linking up with some energies who part of the legacy was to be cold when it came to money. Who knows? And in hindsight, you could have just, you know, said, okay, you should have walked away from something. Who knows? Just looking at your cards, you're just having a total recall of some things. And now you're connecting. Here we have the Knight of Swords here. So yeah. So here's Knight of Swords is usually connecting us with, you're not running away from anything, because I'm seeing this right here, you're fighting for something. Because this person has their fist up, but like, I see you actually fighting in the, I see you fighting in the spiritual realm though, because, excuse me, the Tower cards connects us with structure and authority, right? It connects us with war by way of Mars. Mars is, for those of you all, find out what your zodiac sign is in your 11th house, right? In your 11th house. Yeah, because somebody could be saying that you're running away from something, or that you were running away from, like running away from a fight. See how this person on this card, because all the cards have different, because usually, well, sometimes on the Knight of Swords, the person is on a horse. This person has their hands up, they got tattoos, and another card, depending on the illustrator's vision of what the Knight of Swords is. But another person could have a person running towards a motorcycle. I mean, but it always looks like somebody's talking about fighting, like talking about, you know, fighting, like possibly like fighting you, right? Here we have the Five of Coins here. Fighting you from keeping people out of your business, right? Here we have the Five of Coins here. Because Five of Coins can also speak to your fifth house, but it also speaks to Taurus, but it also could speak to Taurus moon as well, because you seeing this person is cold right here. This person is cold, but it's also could be like the weather is cold, like ice or snow, or, you know, some form of water, whoever you are. So it could be like somebody has a moon. So somebody could be saying their family, somebody could be talking about fighting you. So, you know, to gain access to see what's going on behind closed doors. Somebody's family could be saying they want to fight you, you know. And I mean, who knows what kind of fight you. That's low vibrational, you know. You're not getting into it. I mean, y'all know this is a non-violent channel. We ain't talking about whatever. I mean, they're getting into all that low vibrational mess. Anyway, here we have, I am polite with everyone that I meet. So you remain polite with everyone that you meet. And I'm talking about everyone you meet, next door neighbors, complete strangers, a person at the, I don't have to tell y'all. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So you're feeling pretty fortunate here. You're feeling pretty fortunate here that you had a conversation with someone. Yeah, somebody's feeling pretty fortunate that you had a conversation with someone, because this is the Wheel of Fortune. So you could be feeling pretty lucky that you had a conversation with someone. Because your answers, I feel like your spirit guides may have kind of sort of blown something your way. But when I say spirit guides, hopefully you all know what I'm talking about. I talk about spirit guides. Could have had a dream, download, just a memory. Whenever we talk about the number 6, 6 is a nurturing number, right? So it looks like a rounded back with a full belly, right? The number 6, the shape of it, right? So everybody knows where they have been, who they've talked to, where they feel nurtured most. You could talk to 2, 3 people. You could say, okay, I felt safest when I talked to this energy, right? Or I didn't feel that safe, or something felt off when I talked to this energy. I felt safest when I connected with this one versus that one, right? You don't have to say anything negative about somebody else, but we're talking about safest. You could have felt safe when you talked to this energy, but you may have felt safest when you talked to that one, right? But somebody's going to feel very fortunate that you kept somebody else out of a situation, somebody from the past. Because Knight of Swords and 6 of Swords brings us back to 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords would have meant that you went back to something that that would have meant that you would have gone back to a space where you used to feel like you would have felt safe talking to an energy, but something in your spirit told you not to. Where's the card? The 5 of Coins, something about something somebody said to you made you sick to your stomach. Usually the 5 of Coins, the person is like having their head between their knees, like they're sick, like they're about to vomit or something. So everybody knows when they're in spaces where they feel most nurtured. So let's say, for example, because something is not a competition. Somebody may have a God complex, right? But you know when something is not a competition, right? let's say for instance, because this is one of the things I'm picking up on for you all. Because I feel like you're in collaborative mode at this point, because you're taking all of your power back, and people are now having a tower moment, because people are starting to realize this person was just sailing on through. This person didn't mean anybody any harm. Talking about you, this person was just trying to find some information. People were just nervous, jumping to conclusions about you sailing through your storm of life. So this is what I'm kind of sort of picking up for somebody, whoever you are. I feel like you have been polite with everyone that you met and that you continue to meet. You all are known for your friendliness, Aquarius, right? I feel like you have been polite. But people were suspicious because of who they were linking up with, right? So if they were linking up with people who jump to conclusions about everything, then the tower is falling on them, right? So that's how Source is separating stuff, like tearing down stuff, like telling everybody, okay, well, people have changed, people have gone through an evolution, they're not like that anymore. People have grown, and that may be what you remember about energies. Okay, well, that's why you could feel safe, but you may feel safer or safest. You get the point with certain energies, right? You're just going where you feel safest. And people can either decide, okay, well, let me get more structured and authoritative, or let me, just jump to conclusions about it. You have no control over that. So somebody has ended something with a family. This could be your family, by the way. You may have ended something with your family that jumped to conclusions about something, right? They could have assumed, you cut them off. You cut all of them off, right? Right? So this could be your family. You could come from a multicultural family, right? And they could have assumed you cut all of them off when you were just kind of going through, passing on through, right? They jumped to conclusions. Now the tower fell on everybody. Right, because they like, well, what the heck, right? So this is you. You're finally saying you should have just walked away a long time ago. You had no idea people were that cruel to want a tower to fall on you. Them jumping to conclusions. You had no idea. This you right here, Six of Swords, meaning that as you're going through, you're talking, you're communicating with energies, asking questions, like asking, right? And so here we have the Knight of Swords here. And so now somebody's talking about fighting. Like, fighting who? Fighting what? So somebody's talking about fighting you, right? Some energies from your past are now talking about fighting you, right? There is somebody's basically saying you talking to someone, you're playing mind games, but they're still jumping to conclusions about something. Here we go again. Somebody's still jumping to conclusions, right? And so somebody wants to come to your door. Like somebody wants to bring something to your door. You're not giving that any energy. But somebody wants to come to your door with someone else who felt like they were left out of something, right? Just like you may have felt left out of a conversation about something, right? So anyway, I see this book on the bottom about books or whatever. Somebody could be going back to school. So if you are, congratulations. It could be a younger person going back to school. I think it is. In some parts of the world, younger people are going back to school. So congratulations. I did see a lot of stuff on social media about that. Yeah, but any energies, like I said before, you're just passing on through. You're talking or communicating, and something as far as family is concerned. Somebody could, because I'm seeing all the different races or backgrounds in the family. Somebody could come from a multicultural family. Yeah, somebody could come from a multicultural family. Yeah, so here we have the Eight of Swords here. Yep. So you're on top of something. You're definitely on top of something, because you being a prayer warrior, whoever you are, some people were trying to bring a tower down on you and have you restricted in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's why people now, because now if you figure something out, people were trying to use your words against you. This is what I'm saying, like somebody's spirit guides sent you something through the air. They sent you something through the air for you to clear something up, like for you to have a conversation about something, right? And so not for you to start at Five of Swords, not for you to start at Five of Swords, or like go back to like talking to somebody that you would have had to. This is how you know you felt safest with someone, whoever you are. If you had gone back to, it could have even been another Aquarius, right? But if you had to go back to an Aquarius and you would have started at Five of Swords, because this is Knight and Six of Swords, which would bring you to Five of Swords. If you had gone back to another Aquarius and you would have started at Five of Swords, and they would have been completely clueless. Would have had, like, they didn't hear anything you said the first time. There was no connection that was made. They couldn't connect with anything you said, nothing. Versus an Aquarius that you could connect with, that's where you would have felt safest, because you wouldn't have had to go all the way back to the Ace of Swords. Y'all see what I'm saying here with an Aquarius, with another Aquarius. So you were on top of something, because somebody is feeling quite lucky now when some other people are now like, okay, they want to fight you, they mad, you know, you playing mind games and such and such and such and such. Yeah, but again, you're polite with everyone that you meet. Yeah. So here we have the Magician card here. Yeah, so you may have initiated a conversation looking at your cards. But you're feeling quite lucky. You're, like I said, you're on top. Something was fated to happen. Just some conversation was fated to happen. Something was fated to happen. Like I said, you're going through a storm. You're trying to, you prayed for something. You prayed for something to end. Somebody wanted some clarity on something, whoever you are. Yeah, and so something came fast. Yeah, so it's okay. Fast as an airplane, like quick, fast, in a hurry. Yeah, something came real fast. Like, you see these wands flying through the sky real fast. Something came real fast, right? Like you, it could have meant that somebody called somebody real fast and notified some people of some things. Like, wait a minute, did you know Aquarius such and such and such and such? Like, what? Somebody may have notified somebody of something about you, Aquarius. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else we got going on. Eight of Wands here. So people can get focused real fast, right? Eight of Swords and Eight of Wands here. So somebody could have notified somebody that can make something happen real fast about your past, right? Somebody from the past that wanted to keep something a secret. Yeah, somebody wanted to keep something a secret, but something has now been brought to light. This Moon card, but now something is ended, because the Moon card brings us to Pisces. Pisces is the last sign, and the Zodiac is the 12th sign. And the Zodiac, and see, this person has their index finger over their lips, right? So somebody wanted to keep something a secret. So find out what your Zodiac sign is in your 12th house, right? Here's the High Priestess card here. Yep. And somebody wanted to keep something a secret. Your psychic gifts, a secret, or what somebody else was doing, some kind of a secret, right? Something was going on behind your back. This right here, this Ten of Wands here. Yeah, something was going on behind your back. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm gonna put some more information over on the Patreon side. But yeah, just a little short break here between your reading here, because we're gonna wrap this up and then close out. Try not to make it more than 30 minutes, and I'll bring some more information over on the Patreon side. Yeah, Six of Swords. On this particular deck, which is the Good Karma deck, by the way, for those of you all who want to know about the different decks, I'll start listing the decks below. Yeah, somebody wants to fight you. Like, you know, somebody wants to, because somebody's been trying to restrict you in some way, shape, form, or fashion behind your back. You know, trying to do something sneaky to you behind your back as you're trying to move through a storm in life. You know, so, and it could have been, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could have been an entire family trying to bring a tower down on you, but source is saying you maybe being the Magician card, speaking to maybe specific things and just being polite with everyone that you meet. Could have added some clarity to some things. Could have had people to focus in on some very specific things, right? Yeah, in terms of compassion, right? So go in and pour into yourselves like never before. This is where, again, that water is not really water in that cistern. It's really pouring insight. You're sharing your insight. You're pouring wisdom and knowledge. Yeah. You might be trying to destiny swap with you, trying to swap lives with you, but you send something right back. You send something right back, right here. Somebody's going to say you were talking about them behind your back. No, you are expanding. You're taking a leap of faith. Emotionally, you're about to feel like you hit the jackpot. You're about to feel like you have hit the jackpot. Whoever you are, you're about to feel like you hit the jackpot. Just because, like I said, you all are known for your friendliness. When you enter any room, this is like basic for real. It doesn't matter who's watching this. This is just basic manners. You walk into any room, you speak to everybody in the room, okay? If you didn't know it then, you know it now. Just say hi to everybody. Hi. You walk in the room, hi. Whether they see you or don't speak or not. Just speak to everybody when you walk in the room. Hi. Hello. Like Medea. Hello. Hi. Whatever. But you get the point, right? So certain energies, like I said, are hot fish grease mad. Yeah, here's a team put together here. I see a leadership position for you. I see a leadership position for you. Coming your way. And somebody came from an environment possibly, right, where people may have looked down on you, right? But I don't feel like that's your energy at all. I really don't, whoever you are. I feel like somebody's energy is like just really no respecter of person. I feel like somebody is a compassionate leader, and you're not just going to just join any team, right? It has to be where, y'all know how, how you all think, Aquarius, like when you make a connection with somebody, you know how people like can put a pin in a conversation, then jump to another conversation, and then come back to that conversation, and then talk about 5 other things. Like y'all know y'all had in friendships where you can be hopping in and out of conversations and come back to the conversation, that kind of thing, without seeming flighty, right? Yeah. So here we have the King of Swords here. So somebody's incredibly smart. You're high vibrational, and so that's the kind of team that somebody feels comfortable on, where you're on a team where you can learn, but you like compassionate leaders, people who don't look down on you, where you really feel like you're a part of a team. And I do see you in a leadership position. So emotionally, you don't feel like you hit the jackpot. Yeah, so, yeah, because the seed has already been planted. And I do see your money growing. Seed has been planted. I see your money growing, all of that, right? Because again, you're really no respecter of person. Wherever you are right now is exactly what Source planted you. That's where you're going to grow. You're the seed, Aquarius. Source planted you somewhere. You're in fertile soil. It's time for you to grow wherever you are. You know exactly what spaces you feel safest in. Somebody is really like your person, really no respecter of person. Some people are going to jump to conclusions about who they think you are, who you want to connect with, who you're not going to connect with, whoever. Yeah, so document your dreams day and night, right? Love up on yourselves more. Schedule a vacation. Yeah, it's time for somebody to go on vacation, go somewhere. So your inner child is proud of you. So third eye chakra cleanse. You have the gift of precognition. This is foreknowledge. So your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Yeah, somebody never stopped loving you. I don't know who that is, but here we are, prepared for an increase in pay. Yeah, the curse is now broken. So your new home awaits. You have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' vibrations, their emotions, their moods, and their feelings. Your laughter is medicine. So somebody has a demon of pride. So somebody's never going to admit to something. So that's fine, whoever it is. I don't know who that is either, but you have to pray about it to find out. So you are who they prayed for. Meaning that I feel like you connect with people who kind of think like you all do, Aquarius. Like y'all are, like I said, a sign is very, very friendly. Here we have treat yourselves to a spa day. Somebody has a demon of envy. And so something is not as deep as you think it is. So it just depends. I mean, what's this deep? It's not. I mean, I don't know. But that's what I'm seeing for you all. I'm going to put some more information over on the Patreon side. But yeah. Continue being polite with everyone that you meet. Make sure you're setting an intention every single day. Let's just round this out so we can go ahead and close out this cycle. Close out this this reading for you all, Aquarius. So tips for you during this full moon that we're coming up on. You can ground yourself with mindful practices like journaling, meditating, or time in nature. You can also pay attention to finances and material stability. So the eclipses can reveal weak spots that need healing. You can also embrace vulnerability. It can strengthen rather than weaken your independence. You can also let your intuition guide decisions, especially where logic feels incomplete. Yep, so this is root chakra. So yeah, you like getting to the root of things. That's what it really boils down to. You like getting to the root of things. And so people are going to assume all kinds of stuff. Somebody felt like you were emotionally withdrawn. Yeah, I mean, how many times you gonna keep asking questions about stuff? You know, like it can. I'm telling y'all, it can even be another Aquarius for real. It can literally be another Aquarius that you just don't feel like it's a connection with them, and that's cool. I'm telling y'all, it's fine for real. It really, really is fine. You're not gonna make a connection with every Aquarius on the planet. You're not going to make if you're an Aquarius, you're not going to make a connection with every Aquarius on the planet. And that is okay. It doesn't make them bad, you better, them worse, whoever. But that's why it's not that deep. Surrender. So sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns to stop trying to control the whole universe. Yeah, stop trying to control the whole universe. Yeah, there are going to be some people that's going to have a differing of opinion as to why they were bringing a whole tower down on you. I was just trying to get to the root of something. I was just trying to find out what was going on because we hadn't heard and all of this. We didn't know, and you weren't really saying anything. That's an energy, like I said, when we talk about tower, who feels like something is their way or the highway. What is wrong for real with picking up a telephone, cell phone, whatever the case may be? You have your version of something, but other people have their version of something. So if it's another Aquarius that y'all just didn't make a connection, everybody got to look at everybody else, look at themselves and go, hey, was I connected at that time with some energies that were impulsive? If that's the case, I mean, that could be it. Hey, maybe I was connected to some people who were just impulsive at the time. Maybe they jumped to conclusions. Maybe I was just in a rush. Maybe I was just real busy. So here we have hush. So here we have crown chakra. Adjust your crown chakra. Yeah, adjust your crown. So can you put a lid on your brain noise and give your soul 30 minutes of silence today? So put away the phone, turn off the TV, pause the conversation, and let yourself be. So you don't need to meditate. Just take the input away and see what happens. You might find you enjoy having half an hour that's free of opinions, commercials, and political rants. Imagine that. Imagine that. So yeah. So yeah, you could have just been passing on through and just, yeah, somebody, it looks like there's quite a few people that just jump to some conclusions about you, about a whole lot of things as far as you're concerned. You're just passing on through. And people just wanted to just be, you know. And like I said, some people are going to want to kind of get it. Well, I was just trying to get to the root of something, and I didn't realize such and such and such and such. But I don't know. So some people thought that you were emotionally withdrawn. I feel like looking at this right here with the Five of Pentacles here, the emotional withdrawal, it could have been them projecting something onto you, whoever it was. Y'all know how, I mean, you would know if you're an Aquarius, you would know how y'all be jumping in the spaceship and be gone for 10, 15 years and then come back like nothing ever happened. So that may be something that, and I'm saying that jokingly, but, yeah. Yeah, you passing on through. You taking all your power back. This is what I talk about, recalling your power. Recalling your power and being polite with everyone that you meet. This is what I have for you. This is what I have for you. Continue being polite with everyone that you meet. I see a lot of wonderful things happening for you. A lot of people are connected. A lot of people know each other. A lot of people talk, especially, you know, whatever, I don't know what kind of work you do. You could work in whatever industry you're in, I don't know. But yeah. All right, I think that's it. I'm trying to see if there's any other cards here. Yeah. Oh, let's see if there's a number. I think I forgot to pull out the, yeah, some people feel like you are emotionally withdrawn and they want to get to the bottom of something. Yeah. All right, here we have 900 effects. So this speaks to your sacral chakra, because this color orange right here speaks to your sacral chakra. So you're putting an end to that because you've actually added to doubled your creativity, right? So what you give, you get. So all you send out into the world has collected and multiplied and is ready to be sent back to you. So take a moment now to reflect and what realizations you have had in recent interactions with people and places. Journal about a lesson you've learned and how you plan to use it to grow. This is effects here. So, yeah. So you're closing out a cycle with 3 energies. One of those energies are going to be tyrannical. They are going to be really, really angry, and they're going to let you know it verbally. They're going to be very, very angry. Because that's the dark side of 9, right? They have really angry feelings about something, right? And they will verbalize it, whoever you are. There's somebody gonna think that you and somebody are a fool, right? That's the Fool card here, right? But you and somebody are embarking on a whole new journey, right? Because again, you got to understand some people's logic. Their logic is like they need to know what's going on. It's like, okay, are you going through something? We need to know for everybody. In their mind, they feel like they love you, right? That's their mind. If that's love, like this orange right here, this is variety, right? Connects us with variety in terms of chakras, so we're crystal clear. And so they were finding a variety of ways creatively to create stuff to, get behind closed doors, right? But again, that 9, that's surrendering that ego. Like, okay, it can't be one way or the highway. There's other creative ways. I mean, setting up a smoke signal, using the Batman decoder ring. Y'all get the point. Whatever, but that's what I'm seeing here in your cards. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, I do see as we're moving towards this blood moon, I do see you closing out cycles with 3 energies, 3 types of energies. It could be more than 3 energies, but 3 types of energies here. And there's always going to be somebody who's going to be very vocal about it. They're going to argue with you about something and such and such and such and such. Continue being polite with everyone that you meet. Like I said, a lot of y'all have a lot of really good things coming across your path, but you're leaving certain energies outside of your vault door because it has caused emotional withdrawal. It's called emotional withdrawal for you and someone else. So, yeah. You trying to get to the root of something. You trying to get to the root of something should not cause you and someone else emotional withdrawal. And for, the response to that, gaslighting, the going off and the this and that and the I'm just trying to get to the root. Whoever it is, I don't know who it is. It could be your next door neighbor. I asked the people to go into your house because I hadn't seen the cat out in the front yard for days, and I just want them to come in and look. Well, wait a minute, what? You can just knock to find out what the heck is going on. So yeah, you never know. You never know. I feel like sometimes people feel like they have your best interest at heart, but yeah, when you're dealing with energies that have a God complex, you have to enforce a boundary. You are ruled by Saturn, and this is about enforcing boundaries. And yeah, so you're definitely not putting your dukes up. That's low vibrational. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you all in the next video. Bye.